Hello，大家好，我是马克，欢迎来到美国之音的英语顿节目。每年的5月是美国亚太裔传统月，它起源于1978年10月国会通过的一项法律，要求每年5月从第一个周末开始举办为期7天的亚太裔传统周。后来在1990年又立法将这项活动扩展到整个5月。美军当中也有很多亚裔官兵，他们在不同岗位服务，让我们来听听他们的心声。
In the month of May, the Marine Corps recognizes the contributions and achievements of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, like Major Kurt Chu-In Lee, an American hero and Marine Corps legend. Kurt Chu-In Lee joined the Marine Corps in 1944 at the age of 18.
I entered the Marine Corps in April of 1944, while World War II was still going on.
Eager to join the ongoing Allied effort in World War II, he was stationed at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego to serve as a Japanese language class instructor. Shortly after World War II ended, Lee graduated from officer training school and became the first Asian American officer in the United States Marine Corps. Lee further distinguished himself through his heroism on the battlefield during the Korean War. On the night of November 2, 1950, Lee and his unit came under attack by Chinese forces at Incheon.
I was with the Baker Company 1st Battalion, 7th Marines in Korea.
Lee then single-handedly advanced on the enemy, drawing their fire to alert his Marines of the enemy location. Lee was wounded in the leg, then shot in the elbow by a sniper and was evacuated for treatment. A month later, during the Battle of Chosin Reservoir, Lieutenant Lee was still recovering from his wounds, but had commandeered an Army Jeep to return to his unit. During the breakout from Chosin, Lieutenant Lee personally led an uphill assault into the flank of a Chinese position, routing the defenders. For his gallantry during battle, Lee was awarded the Silver Star and the Navy Cross, the second highest honor given for combat bravery. Lee retired from the Marine Corps at the rank of Major in 1968. Continuing his life as a civilian in Arlington, Virginia, where he later passed on March 3, 2014, at the age of 88.
The Marine ethos, the standards and all, fitted perfectly with my personality. And it was as if I had found a home, and everything was just fitted right. And I've identified with the Marine Corps and didn't realize that that I am a part of the Marine Corps and that I am a Marine.
My name is Joshua Kim. I'm the battalion chaplain for 53rd Movement Control Battalion and 7th Transportation Brigade Expeditionary. I'm originally from Seoul, Korea. That's where I was born and lived until I was 14 years old. We settled in the Southern California. There were more jobs for immigrants, so that's where we started our life in the States. The reason that we decided to come over to the state was the financial crisis that we experienced in Korea. My family was fairly rich when I was very young, but my father started the business when I was around 9 years old, and the business went really bad, and we lost almost everything. It was kind of a shock that even though I lived in the States for some time, I never felt like I was fully American, because I myself thought that way and people around me didn't treat me like a full American. But when I wore this uniform and walked around in the airport, finished my chaplain's basic officer training leaders course and heading back home, and a lot of people just came up to me and shook my hand, and I realized now I feel like I'm American.
Gordon Ross Nakagawa was born in Auburn, California on June 13, 1935. Nakagawa's naval career commenced as an NROTC midshipman battalion commander at the University of California, Berkeley. He received his commission as an ensign in 1958 and secured his Wings of Gold as a naval aviator in 1959. His first assignment was with an anti-submarine squadron flying the S-2, an anti-submarine warfare aircraft. Following 2 deployments, Nakagawa helped carrier task groups develop counteroffensive tactics aimed at nuclear-attack submarines. He also played an important role in the Pacific Missile Range Program, managing projects designed to improve missile ballistics. In 1966, Nakagawa earned a master's degree in electrical engineering systems at the Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey. After completing his education, Nakagawa reported to the 1st A-6 Squadron, where he flew the A-6 Intruder, a twin jet designed for all-weather and night attacks. As part of VA-165, a squadron nicknamed the Boomers, Nakagawa deployed with USS Yorktown on 2 combat cruises in Vietnam, one beginning in 1967 and the other a year later. It was in 1967 that Nakagawa took part in night attacks on a surface-to-air missile battalion, one of the first missions of its kind to be deemed a success. Nakagawa would look back on this accomplishment with great pride. In 1968, Nakagawa's A-6 Intruder was hit by a 37mm anti-aircraft artillery shell in the left wing. Luckily, Nakagawa was able to land the aircraft safely. After returning home from back-to-back deployments, Nakagawa taught guided missile design and automatic control theory at the U.S. Naval Academy. In December 1972, the U.S. conducted an aerial bombing campaign in North Vietnam known as Operation Linebacker 2. Gordon Ross Nakagawa was part of the first night strike on December 20th. During this action, his A-6 starboard engine was struck by a 23mm shell. Nakagawa ejected from his aircraft, landing in a rice paddy. He was captured by civilians and marched to the nearest village. From there, he was taken to the infamous Hanoi Hilton POW camp, where he endured solitary confinement, interrogation, and torture. There he remained from December 21, 1972 to March 29, 1973. Following his release, Nakagawa returned to duty as the captain of his squadron. During the evacuation of Saigon in April of 1975, Nakagawa flew as cover, supporting the helicopters conducting the extraction. He later described the scene as being probably the saddest day in my 32-year naval career. Following his Vietnam service, Nakagawa went on to command Naval Air Station Point Mugu and later served as chair for tactical analysis at Naval Postgraduate School, Monterey. After flying 185 combat missions, earning 2 Legions of Merit, 2 Bronze Stars, 2 Purple Hearts, 2 Meritorious Service Medals, and the POW Medal, Captain Gordon Ross Nakagawa retired in 1989. He passed away in August 2011.
我是马克，请锁定美国之音的英语盾节目，我们下期再见。